Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode from Dubai Stars. Today we have a very special guest, Zeina Khoury. Zeina is the owner and the founder of Highmark Real Estate and the owner and the founder of bookanyservice.com. Zeina is a mother of two and she still manages to be a superstar in the city. Hello Zeina.
Hi Anthony, thank you for having me here. Hello everybody, thank you for watching.
So Zeina, my main purpose of this podcast just to influence people how anyone can come to the city without having any experience, without having any resources, by just doing the right effort, having the right mindset, they can reach their ultimate goals or whatever they're dreaming of. And I'm gonna use you as the best example because knowing you, you fit and you tick all of the boxes from this side. So tell us first of all, what made you come to Dubai? How old were you? And tell us about this journey.
Thank you, Anthony, for your sweet words. Like many people in Lebanon, specifically because I come from Lebanon, which is very well known that it's a country with political unrest. A lot of the Lebanese youth have decided at many points in their lives to actually leave Lebanon to find a better future for themselves. And that was the case with me. I graduated in 2006. I actually did not even have the chance to attend my graduation. I left right before the graduation, came to Dubai because of the 2006 war in Lebanon. So I moved to Dubai. My brother.
Why did you think of Dubai? Why Dubai was something that you want to go to?
I wanted to be out of Lebanon.
Okay.
This is something that I knew for sure. And because my brother was already in Dubai, it was the easiest. Not only convenience, it was probably my only option because Lebanese parents are quite conservative. So they were like, you stay with your brother or you don't go at all. So I even had to live with my brother for the first 12 months. I say hi to my brother, thank you for the opportunity, but soon after I arrived here, I moved out. So I came to Dubai because one of his friends, one of my brother's friends, was heading a sales team in a real estate developer. And he said, Zeina, what are you doing in Lebanon? The real estate market is booming, people are making lots of money, and we are employing almost everybody. Everybody wants to get into real estate. And since you have a university degree, you're someone relatively presentable, you should come to Dubai. So I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? I have a student loan that I have to pay. I cannot come to Dubai if I don't pay for my tuition fee to get my degree. So I sold my car. With that money, I paid for the degree. I came to Dubai with $500 in my pocket. On the way in the airport, now $500 is a lot of money, but $500 when you're moving into a new country is not a lot of money. On the way to the airport, being the fashion addict I am, I saw a really nice Cheruti sunglasses. I was like, I have to have these. I need to have my entrance into Dubai.
Dubai was $100.
Exactly. So I paid $400 for the sunglasses and I arrived to Dubai. And then I went for a couple of interviews. Before I came to Dubai, I thought that the deal is sealed, that I have a position available. I went for a couple of interviews and then the head of sales basically said, Zeina, we're sorry, your submission for employment is rejected. We don't believe that you would be a good salesperson. So I was like,
that was
what?
The first try.
Yeah. No, I'm getting rejected. You guys are employing people right, left, and center. I have a banking and finance degree. I'm someone that knows their numbers. I'm someone that is bilingual. How come I got rejected? But I managed to digest that as fast as possible. So I went back home that evening and I started applying. I got an insurance job that was going to pay me around 12,000 dirhams.
Per month?
Per month,
Yes, okay.
per hour, per month. 12,000 dirhams, and I was like, really, my back was to the wall. I have to find an income. I cannot be staying with my brother. He's also someone that is starting his life and his career. My parents come from a medium to low income family in Lebanon, so I cannot go back to them to support me. I had to.
You had no other option.
I had no other option.
You're like, I'll take this job for a survival and see where it will lead me.
Yes, but at the same time, when I got the offer for this job, some gentleman, honestly, I get very angry and frustrated from myself that I don't remember that person's name, from that developer's office that rejected me. He was one of the sales. He called me and he was like, Zeina, where are you? Why haven't you started with us yet? And I was like, yeah, sorry, they didn't accept my submission. And he was like, what? Okay, I know of another developer that is building the Palazzo Versace Dubai and D1 Tower, and they are recruiting. And I'm gonna send you their details. I should remember his name, right? Absolutely. And I should thank him.
Absolutely.
So I went to this property developer. Their name was Emirates Sunland at the time, and I applied. And then they were like, but you're new. You don't know anything about real estate, let alone anything about Dubai. So why would we employ you? Take 2 days to learn about the market and come back. So I was like, okay. I went back home.
For whoever is listening to us, 2 days is not even enough to learn about one building. To know Dubai fully in and out, you need easy 6 months, and you need to have a car driving all around, right?
And their way was very provocative. So I left the office saying to myself, I'm gonna show them that I will learn about the market, and when they ask me to join, I'm gonna tell them no, thank you very much.
I'm qualified for you.
Yeah. So I went. I took 2 days, and I came back with a PowerPoint of 64 slides, very nicely done, etc. And they said, "Great, thank you for the presentation. Now you move to the next session, next level of interviews." And I was like, what is this? Am I applying to NASA or what is it? I understand you're a fashion branded property, etc. Their company is actually publicly listed. And then I said, they said you're moving to the next level. The next level meeting was with the chairman, Mr. Sohail Abidian, who was someone that really played a big role in my career. So I went in to see Mr. Sohail Abidian, and Sohail looked at the people that brought me in, and he was like, you guys are never gonna learn, right? You're getting me models to work in real estate. And again, I was shocked, you know, the effort as a woman that is relatively good looking, let's say, you have to put in 3 times, 4 times the effort to prove yourself, or for people to actually take you seriously, that you have something to put on the table. And then he started having a discussion with me, and then he said, look, I'm not very convinced. I don't know what I was doing wrong in these interviews. I'm not very convinced. However, I'm going to give you a chance. Okay? I said, okay. And in my heart, I said to myself, I'm going to show you all. Okay? So, because a lot of people can do really well in interviews, however, on the ground, they would fail. So, but what was stopping them from actually believing in me was probably my lack of experience. Okay. However, when you really want it enough, you will find a way. So I started with Emirates Sunland Group. We were selling amazing properties. However, they were always on the high price side. And within 3 months, I became #1 salesperson. I started making a lot of money, and I felt that I was invincible. You know, someone that came to Dubai at such a young age. I was around 22. The biggest amount I had paid in my life for a pair of jeans was $15. Market the Joseph brand, the Lebanese Joseph brand. Okay, and within 3 months, I had bought my first car by myself, basically, a 320 BMW, brand new, first hardtop convertible, which is a car that I loved, and it was a dream for me. Within 3 months, I bought that car, and I started investing in property, etc., etc., and the rest is history.
So you build yourself your financial freedom within 3 months, but I'm sure like everything that comes quickly without proper maturity and foundation can be also lost very quickly. And this is also very triggering to everyone in the city. When they make the money quick, they start spending left and right, thinking that this money will come every day or every month. But the truth is sometimes it dries out. I don't know if you had this scenario in your life.
It's true, but coming from a background also where our parents instill in us the need of financial security. I was not one of those people that would spend everything I make. So every month I was saving a little bit of money, I was investing in property, and I was spending some money for my own. Yes, definitely, rewarding myself. However, I don't think that I went overboard. I believed in the Dubai market. So as we all know, when I came to Dubai 2006, 2007, the market crashed towards the end of 2008. So this is when things actually changed. But what I managed to achieve, and regardless whether it was a good investment or not, but I also feel that sometimes in my life to prove a point, I sometimes make wrong decisions. The first studio I sold in D1 Tower in 2007, I bought it again mid-2008. The same studio.
It was on the peak price, what was the...
It was apartment 2609 in D1 Tower. It was the first property I sold. I bought it again in 2008, mid-2008. It was almost peak price.
Peak price, okay.
Yeah, I bought it for 1.5 million dirhams, and then I kept it and I held it, and then I managed to sell it again for 1.5. But basically, there was no loss. However, it had a huge sentimental value for me.
I totally understand what you're saying. I still remember myself, the first studio I rented in Dubai. It was 330 square feet. And I always said, if one day I'm gonna have the money, I'm gonna come buy this place. And I bought 3 eventually. Not because I like it, but it just gave me this one, like I promised myself I will make the money and buy it. So I totally understand where you're coming from. It's something that triggers us, give us the boost in ourselves, like yes, everything is achievable once you put down your proper plan.
So Anthony, the moral of the story is that, first of all, do not let rejection position you. As in, do not let what other people see in you become a reality. You know what you are, you know what you can offer, okay? So you need to work hard and prove it to yourself first, and then the rest will follow. Second, there is no shortcut to success. So within these 3 months, for someone that doesn't know the market and has no car and has no money, okay, I had to have my brother drop me on Sheikh Zayed Road, and I would, in the heat, be walking with heels and makeup and hair, okay? And I would get into each and every building and knock on the doors of real estate agents asking them to work with me. And I got rejected as well. Oh no, we don't want to go to Al Jaddaf area, we don't want to sell this property, this is so expensive, etc. And I got rejected. But if 1 out of 10 worked for me and I managed to make a sale, this is already an achievement. So if you go and knock 100 doors, it means you will get 10 people, and this means 10 sales. So why not 200, 1,000, etc.
Yeah.
So that's why that's why my hands need a little bit of love and care. So you have to act as if you have no other choice. And this is where a lot of people are now. This is the position of the market. This is the situation. We have no choice. So probably a lot of people are going to achieve things that they never even dreamt of achieving.
So guide me again to where you were doing very good and then the market crashed. I'm asking you this because it's not very similar to what we are going through today, but at least when someone starts getting the bad ideas, this is not the right industry for me, there is no more money, so it's a bit similar. How did you overcome that stage where the market crashed, where people were leaving their cars on Sheikh Zayed Road, where you couldn't even speak to anyone? How did you overcome that stage until the market picked up back in 2011, end of it, or 2012?
Okay. There are different schools of thought. I know that there are a lot of people that come on social media or come publicly and say, you have to keep going, you have to keep moving. There is a fact. If we were making 100 sales a month and these sales were being divided on 5,000 agents, okay, the fact that we are making 50 sales a month and these are divided on 5,000 agents is not going to bring them the same level of return. So the people that are going to work hard and smart and are already set up and have their group of investors and are happy with their company will continue to do relatively well. And I say relatively because they cannot expect to be making the same amount of money with less sales. So my message to people in the industry at the moment, there will be a group of people that will continue to make money. But there will be a group of people as well that need to look for other income streams. So what I did in 2008, which was a much harsher crisis, because if you compare the numbers of 2008 to the period we're going through now, we are still achieving better results today.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so in 2008, the crisis started. I very quickly realized that while the other 50 agents in my office are sitting down waiting for the sales to improve after Cityscape, because it was always related to Cityscape. After September, real estate, the markets are going to boom, buy now, etc. Everybody was waiting for it to change after Cityscape, but I did not see it coming. I had rented an apartment with my friends that was 150,000 dirhams. I had my beautiful car, installments. I had a personal assistant because, you know, I was too big to enter my own data into the CRM. I had basically expenses.
I had lots of expenses.
And I cannot do it when my money is tied up in real estate, or I was sending money to finish a real estate property in Lebanon, so I didn't really have much cash. So my only alternative was either I sit down and put in the effort and I risk not making any money because I saw that 50 other people in my office are not making any money, or I can try to find something with a fixed salary, which is what I chose. My investment personality is someone that is a risk taker, but I take assessed risk. Okay, so I decided that the best thing for me is to find a job with a fixed salary. So I started within my organization. I went to Sohail Abidin at the time and I said, Mr. Sohail, I think that I can offer the company other expertise than sales. I have a banking and finance degree, and I'm ready to do whatever the company needs me to do at the moment. And during times of crisis, collection departments thrive.
Which is the most beautiful job.
Which is the worst job ever. I even had one person that had bought a Versace property from us for 8,000 dirhams a square foot. And I was asking him for the payments, which was based on the Dubai Land Department and RERA regulations. I, as a developer, have the right to ask him for the payments because the developer has nothing to do with the crash in the market. He stood up to my face and he said, I pray that you die every day.
Wow.
But clearly God did not...
just to explain this to people, when the crash happened in 2008, that was following the Lehman Brothers, which was the world crash, and everyone was really afraid of losing all of their money, their assets. And honestly speaking, in those times, you just wanted something to come to you as an hope. You definitely didn't want someone to call you over the phone and say, when do you want to do your next installment? This is like standing in front of a gun and waiting for the gun to shoot any second.
So Anthony, it took a lot of courage and stamina to do this job. Basically, you're calling people to tell them the news that they don't want to hear. And it used to take me a lot of time preparing for every call. However, I create a system for myself. So I saw that emails do not work, people do not respond. I started picking up the phone and calling people and telling them that I understand your situation and this is what the land department is saying, and if you stop paying, the project is not going to be completed, and when you have half an apartment and an unfinished product, it means that you have zero, so you're actually losing whatever you've put already. And I took, they gave me a part of a project, and then after 2-3 weeks, the managing director comes in and he's like, who's handling this part of the project? And I said, I am. He said, you've done a great job in increasing collection in this part. Do you think you can take over more? So he took work from other team members and he gave it to me, and then within 2 months I was the head of the collection department. So
that's another challenge, that you came in without any experience and you just got the crown of it.
And because my salary back then was 12,000 dirhams. So I went back to the starting point. 12,000 dirhams would not even pay your bills back then. And then after that, I became head of collection, and I went to the managing director and I told him I really need extra money. So if you guys are doing translations through an external company and it's not official documents, because they were all English speakers, they were mainly Australian. I said, I'm happy to do the translations for our company for an extra cost. So they gave me another 3,000 dirhams to do the translation. So I would finish my job at 6, 7, 8, and then I would spend 3 hours doing the translation every month, and try doing a translation of a power of attorney from Arabic to English. It was also a very difficult job, but I needed the money. And then every step of the way, I would put in effort, and I would not ask, if I do this, how much would you give me? And if I am doing this, what are they going to do for me? No. I made myself, I got to a point where I made myself indispensable for the organization, that they were ready to pay me whatever I want just to continue doing what I'm doing.
During times of crisis.
During times of crisis.
Which is the hardest.
They needed collection, I was there. They needed to make sure that the contracts are cancelled at the land department, I was at the land department. It was such a difficult job to do that at some point in time, I had a bodyguard walking with me from my house to the office, from the office to the land department every day. People, there were a lot of big shots that have invested in our projects, and they were very bitter. I will not pay, do whatever you want, I will tell Sheikh X, Sheikh what, I will bring the mafia of the mafia on you. You know, I was getting death threats. And I continued to do it because I believed that the land department said this is the law, I am doing whatever it takes to make sure that these people comply with the law.
Everyone is under the law.
To comply with the law. And I know the integrity of the people in this area. So if this is the law, they would all abide by the law. And we've seen that, how it was implemented on numerous matters in the UAE. On the contrary, when they are being asked for for someone to twist the law, they would get more defensive on the law. So basically that was a snapshot. Again, 15,000 was not enough for me. I was it barely allowed me to have 2 noodle packs a day. So my carb intake shot the roof. I was not in the best shape ever, but yeah, I had to be very cost conscious. And that I spent in that role, which was head of collection department, around 1 year and a half. And then something happened in the office. So I'm just sitting down and I'm like typing away my threat emails, and the office girl comes in and she says, our managing director needs your help. The police is here. And I was like, the police? What? So apparently when the police came to the showroom, most of the senior managers got scared. Because back then we were hearing a lot of people going to jail, etc. But me knowing that people in this country are quite fair, I know that if you've not done something wrong, you will not be wrongly accused. So I went into the lobby of the showroom, and there were like around 30 investors standing there. There was the police. And there was a lady saying that our managing director had pushed her or had abused her or whatever. Wow. And knowing this gentleman, it's like I had worked with him for 4 years. I know that he would never do that. He's someone that has so much class in him and respect for women, and he empowers women in the workplace, that I knew that this would never have happened. And so they needed someone Arabic to actually talk to the police. So I spoke to the police, and they said, you have to come with us to the police station so we can open a case about this. And the managing director was like, Zeina, you're not going anywhere. So I went with him to the police station, and we clarified the matters. And then basically these investors were asking for what they are not rightful to ask for, which is their money back. But the developer has sold you the units. You decided to buy these properties. If the price had gone up, would you have come back to the developer and told him, I'll share you? I'll share. Exactly. Yeah. So now, because the prices have gone down, you're asking for your money? This is not fair. And that was really what I believed in, or else I wouldn't have been successful in my role. So we finished at the police station at like 11 p.m. and it was a Thursday night. And then I received a message, an email from our managing director saying, Zeina, please come in on Saturday. You have a meeting. My first thought was like, I do all of this for you. I do translation. I do the collection department.
Lately, I've been a lawyer going to police station.
And I went to the police station when everybody else had just left you alone in the lobby of the showroom. You also want me to come on Saturday? I said, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. He said, Zeina, please, I want you to come to the office. I'm having a board meeting and it is about you. So Saturday, I was like, okay, fine. I get into the office on Saturday, and they had prepared a beautiful gift and an even nicer letter thanking me for how I reacted to what had happened and for the efforts that I've put in so far. They gave me a salary increment, and they said, moving forward, we authorize you to organize settlements with people. Any person that calls the showroom asking for the managing director, if the call does not go through you, and you approve that this person can talk to the managing director or meet them, it will not be allowed. We value you as an employee, and we want you to be happy, basically. So that was where I proved that I am someone that is reliable. I'm someone that really cares for the company and is passionate about what they're doing. So I had found for myself a new passion. Every time I would collect a check, I'd feel that I just made a sale.
Yeah.
And this is what happened. And then we decided, let's open up Highmark Real Estate. And there was a consensus from the sales people because I was head of collection. And later on, my title was head of client relations to make it much nicer. You know,
client relationship manager.
Exactly, because collection is bad news. So our client relation, and so there were sales people that were independent. But whenever they needed advice for something, they would come to me. Zeina, what do you think? Shall we do this? Or two people are fighting, they would come to my office and they would fight in my office, etc. And then when we decided to open up Highmark Real Estate, there was a voting for the salespeople. They told them, who of you, as in from the sales, who of you is able to handle and manage a real estate company? They all voted, we want Zeina to be our general manager. And this is how I started Highmark from scratch, and this is how I got to where I am today.
And Highmark is one of the biggest companies in Dubai. They have multiple projects exclusive, like the Versace, the Palazzo Versace. You still have multiple areas. I know that you're running buildings, you manage a lot, you have lots of property management. What was the number of the properties you're managing?
We have a huge portfolio in Sharjah, actually, in terms of property management, which is part of the group. We have a couple of thousand units under our property management. I would not say that we are the largest. However, if you want, the value of the properties that we manage and sell is actually one of the largest, because we don't deal with I don't want to say cheap, but we don't deal with affordable housing. We focus more
high caliber people.
On high net worth individuals buying an apartment that is 4 or 5 million plus.
So you're just saying quality over quantity in a very nice way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And knowing Zeina is a fashionista, Zeina is a junkie when it comes to shopping, to jewelry, to everything glamorous and shiny. And that, I think, what made Zeina jump to open a side business, which is book any service, where she found there's lots of issues when it comes to, let's say, booking an appointment with a salon or just arranging even a car rental or whatever during the customer service, and that's what made you jump to it.
I am into fashion, especially when you are representing a fashion brand. You cannot but be at a certain caliber, especially when you have drop quiz visits from Donatella Versace. You have to make sure that you are on point. So yes, I do like fashion. However, I do not spend all my money on fashion. I spend very wisely. I spend when there are 50%? Sales. No, I spend when there are sales. I don't care if I'm wearing, if I'm the first person that is wearing that item in the UAE. I buy what suits me and what I like. At the beginning, it used to mean more to me because I used to feel that this is a sign of success, and that I am showing to people that I am successful. But now when you get more grounded and more mature, you know that
it's just an item.
It's an item.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like a easy analogy, the first car I bought in the UAE was the most expensive car I ever bought. After the BMW, I got a Hummer, which I bought for 50,000 dirhams. I had spent 300,000 dirhams on the BMW, but after the BMW, I felt like I don't have anything to prove to people. I want a car where I can park it anywhere. You start looking more for comfort. Chanel is comfortable and Versace is comfortable, but to a certain extent, I'm not obsessed about it. I like to look nice and professional, but I'm not overly obsessed about it. As for book any service, I saw a gap in the market. I founded Book Any Service with my partner, Magdalena Kadzinska, and then we got investors on board. But Magdalena and I started the company. In brief, it is a services booking app. However, it's far more complicated than that. We've built a robust engine that allows end users, which is clients, to find service providers instantly by getting exact prices, availability, and with no need for human interaction. So it's all automated. You can cancel, you can reschedule, you can buy a package, you can increase your prices, reduce your prices, you can submit a custom job, etc. Book Any Service at the moment focuses on home-related services, which is cleaning, plumbing, AC service, etc., and moving and pets. So Book Any Service, yes, it was my first real attempt of being an entrepreneur, because creating a real estate company when you are in the real estate industry is just a natural growth for your career. However, Book Any Service was me venturing into tech, and it was an area that I knew nothing about. And I cannot say that I'm much better now.
About everything else, you didn't know anything about real estate, but you had to learn. You didn't know anything about legality, but you had to learn.
Book Any Service is a company that will have a bright future. I just finished a really important meeting this morning in land department, and I have very high hopes for Book Any Service.
We're all faith in you. We're gonna achieve it no matter what.
I hope so. But in saying that, failure is good for you. So if Book Any Service, for God forbids, failed today, that was the most valuable master's degree I can ever get. I learned how to set up a tech company. I learned how to deal with the developers. I learned the challenges in the market, how to create a business plan, how to go for fundraising, how to sell shares in the stock, how to negotiate a partnership agreement. I learned so much that even if I was to fail today, I would be fine with it.
Because once you know how to do one business, you can do multiple businesses.
I'll make sure it doesn't.
Zeina, I want to come to the point like what we are living nowadays. Corona came out of nowhere. When we start hearing about it, first we didn't take it this serious. We were like, that something's gonna be like the bird flu or whatever it was, and suddenly it hit the world massively. No one was ready for it. And everyone started becoming an expert by saying it will die in summer. Some people were saying like it's airborne. Everyone was talking, and I'm sure until date they don't really know what it is about and how can stop it. I'm getting to this point because I wanna find out from you in this past quarter, 3 months, what have you learned from Corona? What was like the main lessons you learned from what we had to go through, sitting at home 24/7 with the kids, with the husband? Like, talk to me about that experience that we've never thought about and it suddenly happened, the lockdown. So what did you learn from this?
I learned that the internet is extremely important, and no one at this time or age should not have access to internet. I learned that I enjoy my alone time. I learned that family comes first. I learned that there's always a way to keep your business afloat if you take if you take quick measures. So when Corona started, everybody was saying, yeah, it's gonna go away, etc. But I straight away started making changes. I did not wait for it, because I sometimes feel that the market is driven by sentiment, and if the people are that negative, it's not gonna go away over time. I learned that the people you surround yourself with are extremely important. They affect your negativity, your positivity, what you're doing about things. So yeah, it's mainly about the people.
Show me your friends and I tell you who you are. All right. Just so it's been very pleasure being with you, sharing your knowledge, everything. I'm really enjoying it. I'm sure all of the audience will be loving it. For the final question, or actually an advice, because this topic has been circulated a lot. My opinion about it gets me annoyed, and I'm sure you have the same, but for everyone nowadays losing their jobs, they are trying to reach people like in your position or multiple positions in real estate, saying, I lost my job, I want to join real estate, how can I start? What is your thought on this, and what will be the advice you will give to these people?
First of all, we need to understand that joining real estate cannot come out of desperation, because when you are a desperate individual, it will show, and clients do not want to buy from desperate individuals. Plus, it also shadows your vision. Is it the best time to enter real estate at the moment? No, because as I said earlier on, when we had 100 sales with 5,000 existing salespeople, when you have 50 sales, there's no way that these 5,000 people are not going to suffer and their income is going to drop. So it doesn't mean that real estate, because it's a low entry job, which means people believe that anyone that has that can talk a certain language and has a car and goes to the land department and does the broker card is able to be in real estate. No, the entry level to the industry is relatively low. However, for you to perform, you have to be among the top 2-3%. And it is a fact. The success stories that you see being circulated are only the top 1 or 2% of the people that are on the ground. Because unfortunately, no real estate agent will get on a podcast or on a live or a story and say, oh, I have been trying to sell a unit for 6 months and it's not been good. You only hear about the success stories, but this is not the norm. These are the exception. So for people that are losing their jobs, I would advise them to, first of all, try and find a fixed income job just to get through this period. I advise them to invest the money that they are going to invest in real estate for 2-3 months until they get trained, to actually invest it in getting an extra diploma or to learn something new. Now you can learn digital marketing, which is something that is extremely important. You can learn Photoshop, you can learn photography. The future is for digital. So if you invest this money into learning something new, probably you would open up an opportunity for yourself. And I said it once and I say it again. No job is small enough if it pays the bills. And by paying the bills, I mean, first of all, reducing your bills. If you have a car and you are struggling and you lost your job, maybe it's time to sell the car, it's time to sell the watch, it's time to sell your luxury items, because now is a mode of survival. You are not the only one without a job. There's a huge company that just let go 7,000 people. So you are competing with these 7,000 people. How are you going to stick out of the crowd if you have not learned something new, if you are all trying to do the same thing? So you have to drop your expenses and be realistic about it. If you want to stay, in the country, unless you have your home country can offer you something better, maybe it's time for you to move for a couple of years and then come back when things are better. But if you want to stay in the country, don't waste your time getting into an industry that is extremely volatile. And we all know that the real estate industry suffers when the economy is suffering. They are correlated. And a lot of people might criticize me now. Okay, I understand. There are exceptions in every industry. So if someone is in investment banking that lost their job, probably they might be someone that could do well in the real estate industry. I'm talking more about employees of a certain caliber or in specific industries that are suffering, like F&B, etc. But do not underestimate what it takes to be a real estate agent. You need to work 24/7. You need to be motivated. You need to be greedy, and you need to be able to handle stress. Can you handle the stress of having 1 dirham till the end of the month without sounding desperate in front of the client and continuing to get rejection every single day because you're supposed to come to the office at 9 a.m. Your first no thank you, I'm not interested is going to be at 9 a.m. and someone is going to hang up on your face. So are you ready to do that? Can you make 30, 40 phone calls without letting them get to you? It takes a certain level of stamina and stubbornness to be a sales person. And even when you are that, you still sometimes get disheartened when someone wants to cut you off the deal. I've had it so many times where I offer the best service ever for the buyer or the seller, and they still try to go around my back. And it used to take me probably 2 days to recover that, how unethical people are. And then I'm like, no, these people exist, and I need to find a way to actually make it happen. So now the level of the time for digesting things like that is
5 minutes maximum.
It's 5 minutes. So it is not easy being a salesperson. And no, not every person that is a salesperson succeeds. There is a reason why a lot of people have talked about the 20-80 rule. 20% of the people in the office make up for 80% of the income that is generated by the rest of the people in the office.
The 80% always wonder how the 20% are making the money, which follows all of the country. In every company there's 20 and 80. So I think in Dubai, from the 8,000 agents we are having nowadays, 20% makes the money. From this 20%, there's 5% who are killing it, are making millions per year.
Yes.
The remaining are making very good money, and the remaining are just wondering how, or just saying this person got lucky, or this person did this. Just giving multiple excuses to cover their failures so they don't feel that they are losers themselves. That's the ugly reality. Thank you,
and
Zeina.
Now it's an opportunity for them to blame it on the market. Oh, the market is not doing well. Anthony, thank you very, very much. This is the first time I go into details. This is the first time I have an opportunity to actually say my story. I hope that we didn't bore them. I hope that at least one person benefits from what I had to say. And thank you for giving me the space. For the first time, I'm not used to seeing your face, I'm not used to seeing you silent. So thank you for being so professional in handling that and giving
for everyone listening to us, Zeina is available on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn by Zeina Khoury, and Zeina hosts a show which is called Straight Property Talk every Monday at 9 p.m. So you feel free to watch all of these lives, and in case you missed the live, Zeina will be posting it, saving it, and posting it on her Instagram. Thank you all for watching, and see you soon in a new episode.